remaining. Here's the Radiant ban.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Western Europe qualifiers here for the International 2022. We're ready for our final series of the day down here in the lower bracket. It is Alliance versus Team Bold Reborn. I'm ODPixel here with Fog. The draft, as you can see on your screens, has begun. Fogged, what do you make of this one? What are you expecting to see today from these two sets of lads?
Let's have some fun. You know, let's just have some nice close games, 3 games, 60 minutes, so everybody can stay up until God knows what hour, and everybody can be very sad that it's so late. No, let's see what we end up having. Let's see if we have similarities to the last game where things just get very one-sided, but we also just have a lot of difficulty to break high ground still, as we've seen a lot of times. Marcy is left in the pool.
Straight away for Team Bold. They'll get that first pick. But kind of all things serious, Alliance, they probably won't be too satisfied with anything less than a clean 2-0 right here. They're expecting no funny business. They're here to win. You know, getting tripped up by the Team Bold boys would feel pretty rough for Alliance.
Absolutely. And they did look, I have to be honest with them, like they did look pretty decent, yeah. You know, I know a lot of people are...
2 50-minute games.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people... The second game...
Yeah.
The second game was more, I mean, pretty impossible to win. The first one still had potential. We could have maybe carried the game in some, you know, in some facet of it. But, you know, a lot of people are very harsh on Alliance, but yesterday was a good showing for them. This is their, you know, this is their last chance. They got to really do well here. They got to show well. And after the showing yesterday, I feel promise for them. But let's see, because Team Bold, they're the team. They're the upsetters constantly. They always seem to bring the challenge.
They really have been. They really have been in the DPC, in the league. You know, you never know when you go against Team Bold Reborn. And these boys, they can pull it off. They really can.
Yep. And let's see what if we do have changes in drafts and stuff like that, right? Because Alliance, we saw this yesterday as well, too. They really like DK.
And from what we saw yesterday, I think one of the reasons they like it is because of that flexibility, right? They clearly, they could play it safe lane with Nico, or they could take it off lane with Limitless.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I can never really argue with just having like heroes like a DK. You know, you set stun, gives you push. It's gonna be able to do its job for the most part in the game, unless somehow you just literally don't get to play your lane. If this is the idea that they want to be going off of yesterday, like I said, versus Entity, they had a definite chance to win it in that first game, not the second one.
Let's have a look. Second pick for Team Bold.
The Dire get up.
And let's see how Alliance also looks without Lina. That's one thing I'm always going to have to say as well, because they did have both of those showings that they fought well versus Entity with Alina.
That is very true. Yeah, we are very much kind of taking that sort of carry position from the mid. He's going to have to do it on something different this game.
And look at this. You know, this is, of course, where dynamics change a lot, at least with, like, priority of heroes. These are where these players are looking for their heroes. You know, we, of course, see Team Bold, that they have Zip Zapper. You have to pick Pango 1-2 or it's getting banned. Marcy, of course, would probably, but then, yeah, for Alliance, as we mentioned, their DK, they really like. Interesting that they open with the Mirana, though. That one's...
Dire's banned now.
That one's quite different, at least to start with.
And who will be playing that? That will be the 4?
I mean, more than likely, but flexible, I guess, in a way. We have seen it played as core, so...
Now, the big question
what's that?
Is, did that Stormer Tinker performance, is that going to be enough to maybe allow Excalibur to bring his Tinker back to the forefront?
I mean, I guess. It's
because old Stevie's pretty good on the old Tinker, isn't he?
I didn't get to tune into his stream recently to see if what he thinks about it. I don't know if he's played it at all. I gotta check. Let me see.
I don't think he has.
I don't think he's played it at all, from what I remember at least. Let's check the old Steve.
Check his.
What the hell?
What?
Nothing. He came up with 0 games, so I was like, what? He hasn't played at all? No, it's not right. Nope. No Tinkers. I'm hoping to see one. I'm still scrolling. No. Oh, I found one. 6 days ago.
He tried it 6 days ago. How'd it go?
Oh.
Oh, well.
Game ended at 12 minutes, it looks.
Oh,
Oh no, it ended at 20. Wait, what the heck is this game? He only has one item. Okay, this doesn't look like it went well.
Well, didn't go no. Okay,
He
so
had,
maybe
he
no
has Blink
secret.
Soul Ring, and then the game ended it.
There we go, Alliance. Whatever bands we're going to get coming out.
Oh,
The Lone Druid.
did win with it 8 days ago, though.
All right.
So, I mean,
Okay,
it's
so he
fine.
has played it. I say days
It's a
ago.
chance.
Okay, still playing it.
There's a chance.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Looking at the more obvious heroes, though, so just taking a look quickly at these bans, of course. I mean, the Lone Druid, this is a very Team Bald hero.
Yeah.
Viper
Absolutely.
Marcy, very standard. We've seen it so many times. Death Prophet, insanely strong hero in roles. Then we look at the other bands. Team Bald, they're covering this Pango. They're making sure that he has a good game. Literally taking out the 3 heroes that he doesn't want to play against.
5 seconds remaining.
And I know you've sort of enjoyed sort of the lack of Bristle in this region, but Bristle could definitely be a potential pick here for Team Bold, I feel. That's one
I
of
mean,
Gorg's.
it's Gork, Jug, or
And
Bristle. Which one's it gonna be, Gork?
What else have we had him on? I mean, Razor used to be the common pick in DPC for the he loved to play some Razor.
Troll's been the common one versus Omni. That's kind of what I expect this game. Just because you can eventually
Yep.
itemize for the Aghanims, of course, as we've seen. You get good farm. You have Marcy on your team. It's nice. Of course, we also have to mention we have Marcy Pango, so eyes on the Swashbuckle plus Sidekick. Not getting bonus damage, but the heal. Okay, they'll go for Lesh.
Excalibur Lesh.
I like it. Versus Omni, never have to really fear of the GA. You also always have enough damage, really, to go through the heals and stuff like that.
See what they grab.
Seconds.
That second support.
5 seconds remaining.
It's a really nice Rubik game, but they won't pick it. It's like a god Rubik game. You get Omni spells, Mirana's it could be amazing. They also do like they have used to play. I don't think they will though. But
Hey, well, what about just some solid Crystal Maiden?
it
Or
probably
Witch Doctor.
works.
They like to play Witch Doctor, don't they?
They do. Bangun is.
He's like the top tier Witch Doctor.
And he's got the green Witch Doctor,
Right.
if I remember right too. Right?
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
the green Voodoo. It fits. It can work.
I think Witch Doctor CM seem to be the common
See,
one.
I'm like.
There it is.
Yeah,
The
you're right.
legendary Witch Doctor. It's all they love it, and for good reason. They've smashed games with this in DPC.
They have, and
Yeah.
I'm looking for
Yeah.
have eyes on the cosmetic. If he still has the
'Cause he
same
got
one,
the-
if I
he's got the good
remember it
set.
right, he's got the a different color Death Ward. Okay, yeah, sticking with comfort. You know, this is what Team Ball's all about. So it's expected to be what? It's Jug or Luna last pick, right? Jug, Luna, or Bristle for
And
Gork?
I forget as well. GA, does that block Death Ward or not?
It should.
Because I couldn't remember if Death Ward was like one of the exceptions that actually went through it.
Should block it.
Okay. I mean, it is exactly. It is. But
Dire's bad
I
now.
feel like there was a patch where it didn't or something. Invoker
Ooh.
is going to be what we are going to be bringing into the battle today.
Okay, we're hoping to see it in the other series. We get it this time around. Provides them team fight that they're a little bit lacking on, of course, between these three, the first picks.
Sure.
They have a Dispel versus
Sure.
the Pango.
How does the Lesh feel about the Invoker?
Invoker should fare well. It's similar, right? It's similar as they like Lina's Death Prophets. If he goes crosswise, he can just always burn the mana and fare well. Lesh, I would imagine. I like Lesh though. It's pretty good versus Invoker.
Okay. Ban out the Morph, so obviously with their bans, they are indeed expecting that it will be a limitless DK. But obviously, to bear in mind, we did have a Nico Baby DK the other day. Probably more likely to be limitless DK considering it's a Weeha Invoker mid rather than some sort of right-click scaling carry for the mid lane.
Yeah, probably.
So you're still going to expect to see something more traditional here for Nico Baby.
Most
What would that
definitely.
be? I feel like a lot of heroes that are nice to play are kind of messed with by the Lesh.
Yeah, that you can't touch Slark. You can't
Yeah,
go toward
yeah.
a lot of these like melees. Unless you have something that can just rip him apart quickly. Still maybe thinking Ursa.
Yeah, that's just not a bad shout. Yeah, Ursa would feel pretty solid. Backed up by the Omni as well. I mean, or obviously the Troll as well. I feel like
The Troll is still-
Troll Omni has been the top sort of duo that gets picked.
Okay. I really like Troll versus. I mean, it goes both ways. It's a Pango. The Ensnare, of course, versus the roll up, but also you're constantly getting lucky shot product and stuff like that from all his spells.
Yeah, I guess it just depends how much you feel the Omni's going to be able to do for you.
Yeah. If they're banning TA, then I don't think it's troll. That'd be a bit strange.
Okay. What does Gorg want to play? What's he got for us today?
Playing versus Angle Mars. So he should have a good lane.
Let's see what he's been playing recently. He's been playing Ursa, CK,
remaining.
SF, Troll,
okay.
Drow.
SF? I mean, we've seen more people. I don't know. I don't like it now. I don't want it
Okay.
versus Marcy Pango. They get on you way too easy.
No, I mean for Gorg.
Oh, for Gork. Oh,
Yep.
oh,
This is what Gorg's been playing.
It's a little weird. I want someone else that's kind of melee, I'll be honest, so they can have these two heroes that zone and protect for Lash.
I mean,
They're gonna ban Troll.
he's laning against the DK. So maybe for himself an Ursa or a Slark. Right?
True. Could be possible.
I feel this is a pretty nice Slark game.
I like...
Slark's good at it.
I like both. They're both really
Yeah.
good. Because I like Marcy with Ursa too, because you have like built-in Satanic every time sidekicks there with your Fury swipes. It's really potent.
Yeah, one of these two, I feel for sure. It's just going to feel nice in the lane as well.
Yeah. Watch me just get a Jug or a Bristle, right?
I don't want to juggle a Bristle.
I don't want
we
it
won't
at all
get it. He's
versus
not been
Omni.
playing Bristle.
No, he's not going to touch it.
So it
He's
won't be
not
the
gonna-
Bristle.
They're
Jug as
banning
well.
it,
He's
though.
not been playing Jug at all. They
But they
banned the
banned it.
Jug. Well, I'm surprised with that one. I feel Slark and Ursa are much higher up the priority. Let's have a
see.
look. What does he want to take?
10 seconds.
Not much time on either
Yeah.
side.
5
Clock is
seconds
ticking.
remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Rubbing his eyes hardcore right now.
We'll go with
it's
CK,
okay.
the other one.
Into Invoker is a little shocking. I'm not gonna lie, but
Okay.
we have seen it work. It just there was a phase, of course, during the Stockholm Major. Invoker, when CK was super popular, Invoker was starting to come back because he can be really good versus CK.
All right. Strong for the lane, I guess. What gives you a bit of kill potential between the two of you?
Yeah, gives you
5
constant kill
seconds
threat.
remaining.
And now for Alliance. What do they want to grab here for Nico, baby? I mean, likewise for him. Wouldn't mind the Ursa or a Slark.
And Monkey King, Ursa, Slark.
Yeah.
Not Slark. No, definitely not Slark versus Lash.
Okay. That's true. Sorry, yeah. The Lash.
And
They'll go with the SF.
Okay.
All
I'm a little worried. Yeah, I thought you were saying the SF for them, and I was
No.
thinking like Pango and Lash and stuff. That could actually be pretty tough for Nico, baby.
All right, see, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get to see some
right.
more safe lane SF. I think the last safe lane SF we saw was that from Pure and Entity, right?
Yep.
Which was, of course, in the series against Alliance. So maybe Nico maybe taking a bit of a page out of that book, you know, that the Entity was able to perform with against them. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, overall, you feel that there's kind of complications for actually both teams' final picks here.
Yeah, a little bit for sure. I can see the Invoker having good stuff versus CK. Shadow Fiend's also the Phantasm is going to be erased in more situations.
10 seconds.
Maybe the Omni Knight can protect the SF enough. That's the one thing I'm looking at, right? Versus the Pango, who's always going to roll in. The Marcy, who's going to jump right on top of SF's face. They also have Tornado. So, I think the Alliances looks actually pretty good.
All right. Well, very exciting nonetheless. I feel like the thing we're going to watch out for the most, it's the Bang & Witch Doctor. You got to watch out what this lad does on the Witch Doctor.
Well, it's also a Zip Zapper Pango. There's a reason that they first to it, because this guy, he literally gets his Pango banned if you watch the pubs, in the high-level pubs, Pango's banned every game he's in. So,
okay.
There's a reason why that happens.
Alrighty. And then, for Alliance, sort of outside of the last couple of picks, looking back to the start of things, are you sort of happy with like the support duo they've got? Having Mirana and Omni sounds pretty good to you?
Yeah, it looks pretty nice.
That's
I mean,
nice.
their stun setups, it's going to have to all pretty much come from the DK.
Yeah.
And we'll see how much like Invoker, if he does go cost Wex and stuff, then he can set up for some arrows. But yeah, it looks good. It's a good team fight. But at the same time, too, I look at Team Bald. They have tons of team fight, too. Tons of damage between Pango and Lesh. Just a little worried because I feel like the Lesh could just die because of the amount of burst damage, and there's arrow. There's no save in particular for. I guess they have the Marcy. They can throw him back to disjoint some type of chain stuns, but
No, it's going to be very interesting to see how that mid matchup goes, right? Of course, very different heroes to what was being played yesterday and or the other day. Yeah, it was just there with WEU versus Stormstormer, but WEU was crushing the matchup, right? Both times in the lane, stomped it. So let's have a look what happens here today. Alliance versus Team Bold Reborn. Game 1, ladies and gentlemen, get ready.
Look at those hero levels on Team Bold. Gold Marcy, Grandmaster Witch Doctor, Grandmaster Leshrac, Grandmaster Pango, and a Platinum.
Okay, but that's there's a lot of Grandmasters. 2 Grandmasters, 3 Grandmasters on a team. You don't get to see that every day, folks.
You sure don't. You don't. I don't think you even get to see 2 Grandmasters usually.
I don't think. Yeah, this is a rare one. Take a screenshot right now, boys and girls.
Alliance, they have their fair share. 2 Platinums, 2 Golds. Bald, liking that they're doing this smoke move here. Their lineup is very strong, level 1, incredibly aggressive with the Marcy.
Let's have a look. They want to kill. They want blood here, Team Bold. And Nico Baby, he knows, hiding in the trees, staying safely behind the tier 2 tower.
30 seconds to
Yeah, let's see how the lane's gonna go, because as we saw from Pure, the 2 points in raises, and then he went Pure stats and Necromastery and Presence of the Dark Lord and just didn't have actually level up raises afterwards. Felt incredibly strong.
That's the way to skill it. I think that's the way to skill it.
I think so too. The second point of raise is really good, and you're just gonna have that turn rate slow, and you're gonna be able to zone most melees out very effectively.
I think if you're gonna be playing safe lane SF right now, you do well to just pretty much just try and emulate what Pure's been doing.
100% agreed.
When he's playing the safe lane SF.
All right, nothing kicking off level 1. 2 for 2, nice and calm. See how this mid matchup ends up going.
Yeah, as I say, he's been very impressive. Sure, it was 2 losses, but 2 well-played games from him, especially in the early game.
He does lose the block quite hard versus the Lash, but Excalibur misses the range creep. So that does ensure that Excalibur is not going to be level 2 off of this range, off this creep, so he can't actually bully. Something that happens when you let the wave go under tower is if you don't get a creep denied, then you're 2 here as the Lash, and you can actually try to harass a little more onto the Invoker.
Let's see if they do find kill potential on this top lane. Team Bold early on.
Oh my, they just got tasked next to each other.
Easy cask for Bengen.
Be careful of this man. Oh, WEU doing excellent on the first 2 waves.
Yep.
And Excalibur has missed a lot of CS, and he only has 1.
No. There we go, he's got 2 now.
Pressure's on him, though. We're watching him.
We're watching him. Gets 3. He's got 3 CS.
WEU's...
He's not going to miss one on this wave. Here we go. Oh, no, missed that one.
WEU's going to fare very well here.
Oh, no, missed that one. Oh, he got that one.
I'm looking at the side lanes. Don't worry, I got us.
Yeah, what's going on up here? Top lane.
Just, they're hitting each other.
Yep, limitless. 5 for 2. Gorg, 7 for 0.
And bottom, they did lane pulls. Marcy with boots pulled the wave behind the towers. Zipzepper's level 2 now.
And well, that's just the case. You don't want to really kind of fight these 2 head on for the first wave or such. You want to try and make the wave meet elsewhere.
Don't think you ever want to fight these 2 head on too much on Team Bold. SF with double melee. Feels very difficult. It's quite a start for WEU, though. You do see a courier with quite a lot of stuff on it, but
yeah, I mean,
WEU is free farming. Yeah, 12 and 2. So if he's able to even get like a slight advantage in this lane, he's gonna just be perfectly fine. So we can just focus on other lanes then.
I mean, are we likely to see any supports be able to leave the 4-minute rune, water rune? Try and sort of shake up the balance in the mid?
I think you could. I think if Aramis wants to move from top, he can. I think the DK is pretty safe once he gets another point in his armor, especially if he wants to go that route. And he can just ruin the Leshrac game if you play for that. Depends on how they're thinking about it, because WEU might also just be saying, I don't need help. Worry about your lanes. What looks like should be pretty solid 3 lanes for Alliance. This bottom lane, it shouldn't, in theory, get better for the Pango. They might get some kills on the Omni, but slowing down the SF is going to be very difficult. WEU at this point has done excellent in the heart of the 2 waves, and top is doing great as well, too. So, yeah, solid stuff to start out with.
3 top CS, only just. We'll have a brief little pause here. Carlos.
2x voice. Uh-oh. Are they echoing on each other? Might be. Or they're too quiet and he's asking them
I don't know. What does it mean? 2 times voice.
They're probably shooting each other twice.
Yeah, we'll just fix this.
But yeah, 21-3 on Weehaw.
He's having a very nice time. Some beautiful laning yesterday, and he's coming in with it again here today. Back on. Maybe. And that was just Pablo saying the G. Did they get anything from Alliance? Okay, no, Alliance is just fixing the situation.
I think I might want to, you know, it's tough to say this, but they might have to, Zip Zapper's already kind of sacked. I think I could like to see Pablo move to mid. Because especially if now it could be the opposite thing where Weehaw is probably saying he's fine, and then they can bring someone else to help his Scalper. And they can set up for kills onto this Invoker. The beauty about Marcy is one of the few heroes that still has ease ganking mid lane.
Yeah, I mean in bottom lane as well. As long as Zip Zapper's got a swashbuckle, shouldn't really be caught by the triple raises and die.
Yeah, he's not going to get much more than with you being. Go, constantly pump faking.
Yeah, very hard for these two to put pressure onto the SF now. Levels and complete free farm on these first few waves.
He's got the Omni. I mean, Dugalis hasn't even skilled. He's waiting to see which one he needs. Okay, Bangan is hit 3. What are they going to do? Level 2 Maledict online.
Can that kill a DK?
He has 2 points in Dragon's Blood.
Let's see. Let's see how much damage this is. Not going to be enough. Not going to be enough, but it will bring him a little low.
Decent amount of damage. Good harass. And that probably makes it so Aramis does not want to lose the top lane because he knows he might just lose his DK if he does.
Zip Zapper's got to be careful. Okay, had 1 charges. A little low there after the first raise connected.
Dugalis is giving, he's not giving any solo XP to Nico Baby though. That is something I saw that was done when Pure was playing the SF. They were trying to give him as much solo experience. Hero that thrives on that level advantage.
We're seeing the mid lane. We are still having the lead. Caliber, not a huge amount behind, just about a wave or so behind.
Pretty significant though, for sure, for the Lesh. Wanted to have a better start on the first like 3 waves in particular. Weehaw's already got Midas queued up. He's feeling confident.
Five minutes in. Yet to have any death.
Will it be around a power rune? Will it be with Pablo rotating onto the mid lane? Likely to be the case. Seeing Dugalis pinging out the rune. Looking to perhaps meet Weehaw there. Knowing that they do want to double check rune. They're even putting Aramis, so they are going to do the rotation of the 2 supports. E-bot. Pablo. Oh, great blocks.
Hey, nice stuff from Pablo. I will try and turn and go for the kill. Carlos, the heal. Pablo trying with the body blocks. MP's there. We'll hold back the 2 of them. And Pablo still wants to go for this. He still wants to go for this. He's going to get it. First blood for Pablo.
All right. I mean, persistence is key there. Nice EMP. Good try from Weehaw. He was pushing Excalibur away. Getting the Dispel also on the DD, but well done by Pablo. Persistence.
Top.
Blood is everything. Top.
Might have a bit of an attempt here. To do enough damage this time around. No, not quite able to do so. Dragon tails up. But to stop the attempt from Gorg.
Big kill for Pablo. But at the same time, Nico Baby, the fact that there's no Omni Knight down there actually gives him more levels, so he's level 5 now. Zip Zapper also, though, I'm astonished how well he's able to do down here. 31 last hits on this Pango, and they're actually getting aggro.
They're going to get aggressive. The Carlos is here to help out. Disposed. Nico Baby still taking a fair bit of damage, but now looks to turn. Zip Zapper, there we go. Swashbuckle on the side kick. He's back up to full HP.
I'm very shocked at how. I mean, I'm shocked just because of the matchup, but at the same time, not shocked because it's Zip Zapper.
It's Zip
He
Zapper,
is so
yeah.
comfortable. He's got Arcane Boots pretty much done with Ring of Health already. Something not expected versus an SF safe lane. Almost 6-2, so that aggression, he could potentially get on top of Nico Baby with Pablo.
Radiant's bottom tower is staggered.
Dallas has to pretty much never leave Nico Baby's side this game.
Absolutely, yeah. Still very much a game where the SF can get blown up.
Tons of burst. The runes
Lost.
again.
Where's it gonna drop? It's up the top. Up the top, there we are. He'll grab it. Look for a bit of a play with this haste rune. Probably not. There's still two of them around the middle. Try for a little bit of a setup. Take some of the mana off Pablo.
Yeah, they had Arcane Boots though, so Pablo loses some mana, but gets it recovered right away.
Yeah, he was actually looking to see if he could get the jump back in and set up. Yeah, Pablo is very comfortable on this Marcy. I love watching the way he plays it. Just always constantly looking for aggressive early kills. And looking still for Weehaw, but can't quite go for it. Yeah, knows to play careful. Knows that Pablo is hovering around, looking for those opportunities.
So we will be seeing a different, at least skill build from Nico Baby. As we mentioned, it was 2 points into Shadow Raise, and then Necromastery, Presence of Dark Lord, and stats on Pure. It's actually 3 points in Raises, 3 points in Necro. Oh. Putting more points in those Raises early on.
Okay. We'll see if that maybe gives him the chance to maybe find a kill. If they make moves towards him, try and gank him whilst he's farming.
Yeah, a bit interested that he's gone for it, just I guess to jungle, but the presence is really nice when you're going the right click build. More armor, gone. Level 1 is really strong.
Tower is drowning.
Getting aggressive now, Aramis as well as we. They want to get an Urn Charge.
Who they can catch.
A little limited on lamp damage between the two. Quiet game though. Nearly 10 minutes, only the 1 kill.
The setup in the mid. We're on the jump in. TPs are coming in straight away, but he's dead. They've done it there, the two of them. And Banger's tempted to maybe try and set up for more. The cast bouncers are coming in. Won't have enough mana here on Excalibur to try for anything else, but I mean, they're happy with what they got there. Taking out Weehaw and forcing some big TP responses there from Alliance.
Pablo, again, right? Persistence is key. 2 times now that he's just persistent, sitting there waiting for the opportunity. That's when he gets the big one. Phase boots are done already. Level 5 on the Marcy. Might even look for top. He's already in the area here for Limitless.
This is a hard one to set up. Dispose, but Weehaw's there with the counterplay. Down the Tornado, the EMP. Still has the rebound at the ready though, so he'll jump away from this Pablo. He'll live.
And now Weehaw's like, we need to push this tower. You know, I made the rotation up here. We have to just try to emphasize that we get this one here.
They could put together a defense.
Zip Zapper's, does he have TP coming on the courier? It's cooldown.
I mean,
Less is very low mana.
Yeah, that's true actually. If you got anything to refuel, he's got mana boost in 20 seconds.
Okay, I mean, they'll use their bodies at least to stall it slightly here, but Limitless is just hitting it. How long on the TP? 4 seconds on Pango.
Do they want to try and start a fight here, Team Bold?
Looks like they do.
Trying to get the grab on Limitless.
Here goes Pango.
Side, Moonlight Shadow there as well. Go again with the stun. Top the DK to Carlos. Put up the Heavenly Grace. Sarah will catch Bengham for now. Zip Zapper continues to roll forward and try and catch them on the retreat. He gets the Rolling Thunder over towards Weehaw. Stun as well. They're on top of the Invoker. Weehaw's in trouble. He'll try and run his way out of this, but he'll end up going down. Gorg able to finish him off.
Great defense. I mean, just they had their bodies there. It wasn't much of actual defense from the 4 of them, but then as soon as the Pango shows up, they just have the numbers. Able to stick onto Weehaw. 3-0 right now, and immediately smoking. Still looking to stay aggressive. The 2 supports have their ults. They have Dust at the ready. Weehaw, he did TP top and die. If he TPs to mid and they catch him too.
He's mid. The Death Ward down and the Unleash. Limitless in a whole world of pain.
And look at how beautiful the Death Ward is.
Could it go indeed.
Really good early game. Again, Team Bald, it's fast. It's
They're looking good. They're looking good.
Yep.
4-0. The net worth's even. At the moment, sort of the unaddressed problem is the SF. You know, Nico Baby getting complete free farm. Top of the net worth.
But they do have good heroes to just get on top of him and kill him pre-BKB. If they get on him, he's dead in most of these situations, even if the Omni is there. So yeah, so far, really solid stuff. Getting Gork off to a solid start. Armlet's done. And now, I mean, even Scalber has a regen rune. That's very nice. He's going to be able to jungle efficiently. And Zip Zapper, with a lane that looked incredibly difficult, he actually nearly has the defusal.
Yeah. I mean, it's always the case with some of these Grandmaster tier players, right? They've dealt with all the difficult lanes, all the difficult situations. They've been in them all, so they know how to recover. They know how to play their way out of it. They know how to not feed.
It's going to be early for a defusal coming out from the offlane. Like, usually the mid laners have it around this time. So looking at the mana pool, at least in particular from like, okay, the Arcane Boots are done for Bukalis. I was about to say, if they don't have Arcane Boots on the supports, it's going to cut more than half their mana every time he swashbuckles, but they do have, yeah. Still could trip him up. This early having that mana burn is annoying to play into.
Throw a line to Radiant's middle tower.
Trying to set up a bit around the tier 1 mid.
Scalper wants to go in the tree spot and maybe edict it.
If he can get the catch onto Ducalis. Here we are straight away. Death Ward laid down. Ducalis doesn't stand a chance.
They're dominating these movements. It's unexpected. Like, Alliance did not see that one coming at all. The Omni Knight farming mid but gets punished. He can't show like that as this Omni, to be honest. He has to stay pretty hidden in this game. Can't really get much farm unless it's through team fights sitting behind his cores. And now it's a tower.
Limitless trying to put the pressure on top of the tier 2. We'll get a bit of damage done. But doesn't indeed mean that this here, mid-tier 1 tower, the first team to lose theirs will be Alliance.
I think they're doing an excellent job of punishing greed. I think they also maybe saw Weehaw going for Midas too. So maybe just looking to play even more aggressive to punish this. It's Mask of Madness, Shadow Fiend, and Midas Invoker. So this is really where Team Bald can shine.
Oh, and in the mid. Aramis.
They missed.
Won't quite be able to find the follow-up combo this time round. Team Bald, Aramis will get to live another day. Team Bald, they still want to look for the kill. They'll smoke up.
Look at the speed at which they're playing.
Can catch Limitless top. Moonlight Shadow's there, but they have the dust. They're prepared, Team Bald. There will be some backup provided. Heavenly Grace out onto Limitless. But completely trapped here for now by the Rolling Thunder. Will try and make his way out to the side. And yeah, there's no hiding from this. Team Bald, they'll claim another 6-0.
Dominating early game. It's anyone who shows on the map just immediately gets set up from Pablo. Pablo, he is doing the scaling build as well too. He's got phase boots, he's got Ogre Axe, and he's got them early.
I love the build as well there from Gorg. We're getting the armlet into Aghanim and CK.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. I mean, that's an interesting one. I've never seen a CK rush it unless it was like an offlane CK, and he had a secondary core with him. Like he had some Agi core with him or something. So this will be interesting. It does, of course, provide that like dispel for all of you, but
yeah. I mean, looking at sort of the games he's played, Gorg. This is his build.
This is the build now.
Armlet, well, not the. Well, it's his build. This is what Gorg does. Yes. This is what he rolls with. Okay. Treads Armlet Axe every game.
I'm sure all of his viewers are like, duh. Sorry guys, I don't tune into too much of the Gorg. He's on a tab, but
there we go. We'll see sort of, I'm gonna look at actually sort of the standard timings he's been getting. He gets like 18-minute ags, 20-minute ags, 19-minute ags, 17-minute ags. What's he gonna get this game? Probably around
it pretty close.
Yeah, this is on target for him.
We'll look at this power rune play.
Easy haste rune.
Seeing Weehaw already going for the full pivot build as well too. He only has the 4 points in Wex and already starting to grab those Exor points. So Tornado EMP not going to be as impactful. But we'll have the alacrity at nice levels to spin. But Nico still not ready to fight. He wants BKB. I think if he turns up in most of these fights before that, they're just going to full commit onto him. Team Balts continue to sweep the map, looking for these kills, and I mean they could actually probably set up for Roche.
I mean they could definitely go for Roche.
Yeah.
They go for it. Take it. Well, I don't think Alliance is going to do anything about it.
Nope. They've got the Maim, of course, the armor reduction by 7. They've got the Lucky Shot, and the Pulse, the Unleash. It slows the attack speed decently too. Oh, they're all full health. Can Can they set up a defense bottom as well, though? They have TPs on everybody.
Try to get there quickly. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, still the real test is going to be what happens when a fight occurs where Nico Baby's involved.
Exactly. It's
now,
still
will they be able to deal with, get on top of this SF before he could just sort of sit there and swipe through them all with the hard-hitting right clicks. Gorg is about, what, 900 gold away from the Aghanims, so should have that ready for the next fight. They'll be able to look for a play around that and the Aegis on Excalibur.
See how much Nico can do with the BKB, because I'm a little worried for his allies, his cores, the DK in particular, is starting to fall a little bit behind on Limitless.
I mean, because the thing is as well with his Ags, in the fight, how well do you rate Alliance's abilities to deal with this overwhelming amount of illusions?
I mean, Requiem is pretty damn good, gotta be honest, but
yeah.
Maybe it's something that, I mean, like you said, it's his build, so he's got a concept and idea behind it. It'll be good with the Pango, at least. The Pango's illusion is gonna be annoying. I'm really curious to see it. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens when everything kicks off, when there's an Alacrity SF with Heavenly Grace on him with his BKB.
Zip Zapper, he's caught Limitless in quite a tough spot here. On the stairs, Gorg's going to be able to pull him back up to the high ground. They'll take him out. Bengen on the killing spree, as he tends to do as his witch doctors.
He took that one. He shouldn't have.
Kill?
Well,
3-0-2 Bengen.
The two supports are playing phenomenal on Team Bald. They're the ones that are kind of setting up for most of these kills.
He's fine.
Now, Alliance just chill back farm. Aegis still for 3 minutes on Excalibur. BKB is done on Nico Baby. He's got a grow bow, of course, too. Look, all these SFs just get the luck of the grow bow. Let's see. And let's see, of course, will they find... The thing is, Ducalis needs to be very careful to not get caught either. Because if he gets stunned, he gets controlled, then Nico can just potentially get burst. And if Nico doesn't get BKB off and the Omni's controlled, then he's just dead. Rotation's coming down, Alliance. They're expecting an aggressive move from Team Bald, but...
I mean, on what instant, like, what stun do you think Nico Baby has to be the most aware of? What could be the sort of the opener that catches him by surprise and sets up for the combo?
I mean, it's going to be the Marcy or Pango for sure, that he just has to be careful for. But at the same time, too, he has to be... They have to just have clear communication, him and Ducalis, of like when he wants to use the BKB. Because it's like, do you want to use it on the initial? No, probably not. Do you want to use a secondary? Maybe. But it depends on when he's going to be using Heavenly Grace.
Well, what they want to do now around the Ags of Gorg. Got a minute and a half or so on the Aegis of Excalibur.
Yeah, tough for them to really take any type of big advantage with it, though. Looks like they might go for just a smoke and just pick a fight somewhere if they can. Alliance constantly are avoiding.
See if they can get something from this.
At least some wards here. Bengen does have it available. Miss.
Zip Zapper, he's going to try and chase with the Rolling Thunder, and he'll be able to close the gap. That's the last lead. The last lead for a bit of time. Aramis taken out.
And Limitless actually popped DK farm, tried to go on the Marcy top with a Sunstrike, but it's nowhere near enough damage to take out Pablo.
Pablo looks pretty set to carry, popping the tomes, because he's got the phase, he's going to shoot out the BKB. I mean, this is the thing about Team Bold's lineup. I feel like they've got two supports that want to carry. And they're going to be very scary.
And I'm talking a lot about the BKB for Shadow Fiend when he gets his timing. I mentioned it yesterday, of course, but I'll mention it again. Marcy, the Unleash, it pierces. So if Pablo has BKB and he gets on this Shadow Fiend, he's going to just be able to stick on him.
Yeah, well, it's in the slow pierces.
The slow, when it procs the pop, the Unleash pulse. It's a massive slow as well.
And you know
as
what
soon as you hit
also,
level
you
12.
know what also bears it off is the Death Ward, right?
Trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
They get quick with a Maledict on Nico Baby, lay down a Death Ward next to him. It doesn't matter if you're BKB, you're still going to take an insane amount of damage.
For enemy.
Wait, no, it isn't. Sorry, it's not the pulse. It's the in-between hits. Sorry, yeah, you got me a little mixed up. I was like, I just was playing Marcy like every day.
What do you mean?
It's
what?
the slows every hit. It's not on the pulses.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah, sure, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
You got me like mixed up. I was like, wait.
Yeah, you mean the flat 30% movement slow?
Yes. He's level 12 now, close to BKB. I mean, they're prioritizing his farm. He's gonna pass the DK at some point soon. They're scaling really hard. I don't know if Nico Baby's gonna do it on his own versus this tri-core.
I mean, the rest
this
of them
quad
fall
core.
behind a bit. Yeah, 3K difference in gold here, 22 minutes in.
Like Pablo is super ready. As soon as he has BKB, he has Dagger of Wrist Tool as well too. I honestly can see him even solo killing cores.
Well, yeah, both supports. They could solo kill cores. It's terrifying for Alliance. You're playing against a Bang and Witch Doctor and a Pablo Marcy. Yeah, but I know all these Grandmaster tier heroes, and they're all getting the items. It's going to be a concern for Alliance.
Agreed. And they're getting out resourced. Resourced, outmaneuvered so far.
Yeah, just overall, not a lot's happening. And I feel like in games like this, it just kind of falls down to who's more comfortable on the heroes that they're playing. And as I say, it shows in the levels, but Team Bold and the heroes they've got, I feel they're just going to be that more familiar with them. You know, Alliance, they're trying something that's very much a strategy that they're trying to perform here with in the qualifiers. And Team Bot, they just came here to play and have some fun, and they're having some fun. They're getting the lead. It's 8-1. It's a 4K lead. BKB's done on the Marcy. Team Bot's terrifying.
I mean, I'm telling you, Pablo can solo kill almost anybody on the map. He can even kill probably Limitless. Like this DK, he's tanky, but doesn't do much of anything besides just tank some damage and get an initiating stun. I mean, Nico Baby's got his work cut out for him for sure.
We'll see what he gets with his next purchase. He's got a lot of money saved up. Do you think he will go for the Silver Edge or considering anything else here?
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge.
I mean, the way they're avoiding fights and stuff like that, it still could be pretty nice.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm just unsure because I feel like he's just gonna get jumped and die. I don't
Zipzapper.
know what you look. Zipzapper's in.
He's in. He's ready to start things off. They'll use direct grip, but it doesn't matter at all. Zipzapper's already rolled up. He gets himself over on top of Nico Baby. Nico Baby has to BKB TP out. This will, of course, leave behind the Omni Knight as Dakalis will fall.
Oh boy.
They're just having to run.
I mean, it's a massive concern. They're the ones camping the high ground too, and the way Zipzapper just initiates by jumping in and rolling up.
And now Aramis has to run. I mean, Pablo trying for a bit of a chase.
Oh my god.
Very really close the gap on Aramis there as well.
And now no BKB SF, and I'm going to say another thing too is, sure, he has BKB to protect himself versus some stuff, but I do want to say they have lots to pierce through it.
They have so much.
Yeah, they're going to have Basher on the Pango, the Marcy as we've talked about multiple times.
I mean,
eventually CK will hit 20, so we'll have Pierce Immunity Rift. Good for Team Bald.
Yes, it does feel like it's been maybe a bit too quiet from Alliance in these first 25 minutes. Nico Baby's been hitting creeps and kind of it. They've taken some towers, of course. They took the tier 2 top. Doing the mid. They're looking towards its counter. Pablo is in with the jump. He gets the stun onto the two of them. They're on top of WEU. WEU to put the BKB. Has to run. But Pablo chasing him down. They're both dead. Team Bold. They'll get the kills. They'll get this tower. This is looking incredibly concerning for Alliance Fog.
I really don't know how they have to start doing some big stuff with this SF. He's going Scotty, but I'm like, is he really going to be able to stand his ground? It's starting to feel pretty impossible.
They're just going to kill him.
They're just going to, I mean, Pablo's just going to kill him. As we saw there, Pablo, look at the damage he's able to do, right? This is the 4 position, and he did the same at the Lesh.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long.
Oh, and he also did not even pop the Dagger of Ristul. So he actually would have done more damage, but whatever.
Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder.
Oh. That's another tower taken in.
Yep.
Team Bold, they're on a roll right now.
Okay, it's starting to feel like a single core versus a triple/quad core that's coming up from T-Ball. But Alliance, now they're looking to mount the defense. No BKB on Invoker, but Nico Baby does have a fresh Scotty. Team Bold, they just back it up.
Yeah, they're feel so comfortable in the position they're in right now, Team Bold.
And Bengan, he waits a second, actually is able to break the smoke perfectly.
Oh, he caught the edge of it. Team Bold, they're thinking about fighting this. Nico Baby
No
goes
Baby?
for a Requiem.
What?
There's no one there. There's pops the BKB. He'll look towards Excalibur. Excalibur, of course, getting slowed down by the Scotty through the BKB. Looks to be in trouble and will go down. They bring down Excalibur. Only thought it will come to an end, so now Alliance, they'll have the chance to continue to move in, maybe find some more. They look towards Bangan. Bangan disappear for now here with the Voodoo switcheroo. He's still alive, actually, with the Voodoo restoration. Pablo, he's going to try and chase down some of the heroes. Nico Baby does get the double. Still, Team Bold able to find 2 kills in return. Limitless and Ducalis to fall.
They get the big one. They got the gem. Ducalis, he did purchase it to try to clear out some of the vision, and now they take it away. So they do get Excalibur, which I'm going to blame Excalibur for as well, too. He literally saw the S7, he walked into it with the BKB. So a little bit of his mistake, playing a little bit too cocky walking in. Maybe didn't see the Scotty, but yeah, he just walked into this BKB Shadow Fiend. But yeah, they lose the gem. So a big Lash kill, but losing the gem is pretty good.
A little bit of an awkward start to the fight there, but yeah, I mean, it has to be that he didn't check the inventory, didn't know Scotty was in play.
Yeah,
no other way he's stepping up that close towards Nico Baby there. So the Scotty pickup catches him by surprise.
It's a little awkward too, though. He goes for the split earth though, because the Omni did dispelled and then he can, yeah. So it's just a little awkward from Excalibur.
Back in action.
Team Bold, they can play much faster. They're not really reliant on running these ults.
Can they try and force the Roshan? I think they probably can.
Sure can. Yeah, I don't. There's no Requiem for 20. No GA either.
Alliance is on the way over. Team Bold will scan it. They're close. Gorg
send the army
up with the axe. Check things out. Get some information.
There it is. We have.
He's terrified.
Point to the rush pit they go right away off of that.
Yeah. BKB down on Invoker, coast is clear, you can head into the road, finish this off. He'll try for Sunstrike kills, actually gets it. Actually gets it. We'll get to kill the Roche there with the Sunstrike. Of course, Excalibur still gets what he came for. Picks up the Aegis yet again.
They rewarded him for his BKB usage. They're like, here you go, you can at least get the last hit we ha. Nice, now Excalibur maybe can do that run-in thing, but yeah, now he knows that the Scotty's there at the least. How's their supports looking at Pablo? All right, he's got Nullifier queued up. Not going for the Bastion this time. I saw him last fight. The GA actually caused him some big problems with sticking on targets, so I can definitely understand why. Bengan's just going the boots of the bearing. He already has his shard finished up.
Mindbreaker as well. That's a nice one.
Oh, that's so good. God, this item is so frustrating to play against.
Actually, who likes that the most? The Marcy or the Pango?
I think you just give it a Gorg. I don't know what other options he had. Paladin Swords. Oh wait, I'm clicking the wrong team. Whoopsie. There's some good items available. Not opting to grab them though. I mean, it's literally a ceremonial rope for Bengan, but having the bullwhip right now, so they'll probably go and pick them up afterwards. 13-3, DD on Gorg. Tier 2 drops. Limitless shows he has no BKB.
Oh, that was risky, but he had the blink. It was away in time before the TPs came in from Team Bold. I still look to try and chase up into this.
There's only 4 heroes of Alliance.
Alliance looks to be prepared. Gorg is in with the blink. Pops the ult straight away. Nico Baby, use the Requiem, but they're caught Ducalis along the stairs, and he's out of the fight. Limitless, there's no backup for him. He goes down. Nico Baby's in bash. The bash is there from Zip Zapper. Nico Baby dead as well.
That feels like it tells the tale for the rest of this game, perhaps. They try to posture a little bit with 4 heroes.
They were definitely getting in position. He's trying to farm. Megan fights him. Oh my goodness. The dust is out. Voodoo switcheroo. WEU's got to run. He's looking very dead. He's gone.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Team Bold. They're not just making this tough for Alliance. They're smashing them.
They really are. 3-17. I mean, we said what's going to happen when SF shows up. What's going to happen when SF shows up? He shows up and he doesn't get anything.
I mean, you know, I'm no draft expert, but I don't think I'd want to let the enemy team have 3 Grandmaster tier heroes fogged ever again.
No. And especially, I don't think you give Pablo this Marcy again. I think he's way too comfortable with playing it with the aggression that he can pose on the map. 5-1 Nate, and he's been part of 13 of the kills. Team Bald playing very crisp as a team. Even the way that they smoke, like breaking smokes, resetting, looking for these pickups, it's been beautiful. Alliance.
They just didn't really manage to do much this game.
They didn't do much of any. I didn't see them set up like a stun into an arrow combo, tornado, and they didn't do much.
No,
they just like waited for the SF to come
and
online.
you know,
That's
it feels completely different from what we saw yesterday from them, where they were making these really nice moves as a team. It kind of feels like they've gone back to where they were before we saw them yesterday.
I have to kind of agree. Like, just no moves on the map at all. Like, nothing's happening.
They took the tier 2 top. That was kind of it.
Yeah, Limitless is 0-6 this game on the DK. Him and the Mirana, him and Aramis have not really been able to find literally anything. It's just been them, like I said, it's just been them waiting for the SF BKB to the point where now.
I mean, they have all the ways to kill him. They have all the ways to kill him. We're seeing in these fights, he's trying to get this Requiem, this BKB off. Team Bold don't care. They can deal with that without sort of breaking a sweat at all at this point.
It's just going to get worse, actually. That's the thing, too. It's like CK's not even 20. When CK gets 20, then the BKB is just even more irrelevant. Pablo, this is a 3-position Marcy, like at this point. He's got the Nullifier done. Near 18 as well. Weha showing himself.
Oh, that's upon the BKB straight away. They do turn towards his caliber. Because he has the Aegis sphere for 30 seconds, so he doesn't even care if he goes down the once, and doesn't even look like that's going to be a concern. He's fine, gets healed up by Bengen. Pablo, see if he can get a catch it. Gorg is able to reach and get the stun set onto Limitless. We'll see the stun come down, but they will split the damage. Good Requiem will push back on the 3, but there's no follow-up damage straight away. Nico Baby pops the BKB, stands his ground, but there's the Aegis on Excalibur. He's going to be back for round 2. As Team Bolt, they're just diving in underneath the tier 2 towers. Bengen able to hide here with a voodoo switcheroo. They're on top of Nico Baby. Nico Baby gets taken out. As Team Bolt, they will lose 2 this time round. They're taken 3, they're taken 4. Gorg cleans up the car list, cleans up both the supports.
Half the fight, it's Nico Baby running away. He can't. They're just surrounding him. Team Bolt, they've hit way too big of a timing here. The critical mass, I mean, throughout the whole game, they've just been all the ones constantly on the aggression. It's always been Alliance running away, unable to take any type of fight. You know what? I'm seeing why maybe he is going for these Ags builds on the CK. It is overwhelming.
Yeah, I love the Ags CK build. It's fantastic.
I mean, like it.
My build's a bit more grief. It's normally Ags, Midas, Octarine, spam the illusions and farm the whole map. But you know, Gorg, he's more of a selfish lad here. Selfless lad. He's focused on the team fights, and these ult usages are indeed causing issues for Alliance.
Yeah, it's look how much there's just chaos in the fight. There's so many things that they have to try to deal with, and they can't land an arrow perhaps because of it, because these extra illusions and whatnot. It's now top Zip Zapper. He's got Gem.
Yeah, it's got BKB TP.
There's a Basher though.
There is indeed a Basher. To the top with the blink.
Ooh.
Might just be able to get away this time.
Random swashbuckle back.
Oh, I was prepared for that. There was a chance of it coming in. He's actually going to TP back over the creep wave. He's got the backup of the rest of his team here, Weeha.
Okay. See if they can. He's almost 20 also, so at least he's about to have the Meteor talent. Let's see if that's going to make any difference here. They don't have an offlaner really though. He's like Limitless is just completely out of the game. Still no BKB even on him. He is 2,000 gold behind the Marcy. And oh, look who they gave the. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at Pablo. He asked for it. He gave me the bottle. I got a DD. I'm level 18.
Oh boy.
I'm the carry now.
They're all the carry now. This glorious day. Team Bold.
Very true.
They're all just killing whoever they want, it seems.
Ward is on the high ground. Taken out immediately. Oh, Limitless. Is he gonna show?
Oh,
he blinks into the wave.
He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. Just.
Oh no.
He's not gonna be fine. You're not gonna be fine.
He blinked into. Blinked in, fireball, breathe fire. Like blinked into the wave though, instead of like doing it from a distance. Interesting.
Oh. Sometimes you just die.
60 seconds.
On time.
push. Shiva's done on Weeha. A little bit of a solution, and maybe slight, at least for the CK, but yeah, definitely still continuing to feel like the same thing's going to happen in these upcoming fights.
Now, Gore's he's got full AC. Full AC for the next fight.
Is he 20? He's 20 also.
Leveled,
okay, so
yeah.
Bottom tower is
Good luck,
Top
SF.
net worth here. Yeah, he's taken over really that spot that Nico Baby's been holding on to, and just for all the gold that Nico Baby's had, they just haven't really been able to set up a fight where you've really felt the power of the Shadow Fiend.
No, not at all. Look, if he gets jumped by them, I think Marcy can still solo kill him if Omni's not there. Marcy will just kill him straight up.
I mean, are we close to the Basher? Yeah, well, I mean, once the Basher's there for sure.
Yeah, once the Basher's there.
It's just a huge nightmare for the SF in this fight.
But even then, before that, like the SF or the CK's now just going to pull him.
Yep.
And sure, you're going to be able to dispel a little bit of these things, but you're going to be pulled out of position even with BK.
Roshan, up in a minute and a half. Team Bold, they'll be happy to chill out and take that. See what Alliance's answer is going to be. Again, yet to really see too much proactivity from Alliance this game.
Just, yeah, they don't have the BKB for their front. Like I said, Limitless is just so far behind the whole game that they still know BKB. He's just goes in and he's dead. He's a blink stun and death. Trying to get a wrap around. They run into Zip Zapper, but he's got a Linkage and he just rolls up instantly.
Immediately responds to that. Zip Zapper, he says, you can try and come for me all you want, I'll be prepared. See the ult popped, and now Team Bot, they're ready to they get the opening stun onto Nico Baby. Nico Baby's in trouble. He's getting so low, he'll be able to put the BKB, trying to get the record on, but he's dead. Nico Baby's dead, Weeha's dead, they're all dead. They're typing the G's, it's over. GG is cool. Team Bold, they crushed this game one. They completely crushed this game one. 27-5. Alliance just didn't do anything, Bob.
No, they didn't. They got just handled from the rotations. I guess the early rotations of these supports from Team Ball just crippled Alliance